Nicola Sturgeon hit out at Prime Minister Boris Johnson for his personal insults as the SNP leader said she will insult him back. Nicola Sturgeon was questioned over whether she was offended after a senior government source called her a wee Jimmy cranky woman. The SNP leader was quizzed on the subject as she attended a Green Alliance conference to discuss Scotland's plans for net zero. One reporter asked, "Were you offended at all by the slur that emanated out of Whitehall regarding the way you're cranky?" Ms. Sturgeon said, "The next time I'm sitting in front of an audience like this I won't have to express frustration about getting asked questions of that nature when we should be talking about the bigger purpose here. Generally I'm not going to comment on it. If Boris Johnson wants to make personal insults against me, I'm a big enough girl to make personal insults against him back on other occasions. But on this issue I don't want to be doing that. There are plenty of issues that Boris Johnson and I can have squabbles about, but this really should not be one of them." Mr Johnson previously called Scotland's First Minister a wee Jimmy cranky woman, it has been claimed. The name-calling came amid difficulties in planning the summit with Scotland's government. The summit's former boss, Claire Perry O'Neill, suggested Mr Johnson offer Ms Sturgeon a formal role to stop her Scottish National Party from wrecking the event. Mr Johnson is thought to have replied, "Over my King dead body. I'm not being driven out of Scotland by that bloody wee Jimmy cranky woman." It was a reference to the 1980s Scottish comedy act, The Crankies, in which Jeanette Tough, 72, played schoolboy Jimmy. The series also starred Ms. Tough's husband, Ian, 72, Ms. Perry O'Neill, who was recently fired by Downing Street as president of the COP26 Climate Summit, made a public reference to the incident earlier this week. She said, "It was an extraordinary reaction from the Prime Minister, and not how many of us thought he should handle the Nicola Sturgeon problem at all." The fresh accusation coincides with Ms. Sturgeon's writing a letter to Mr Johnson to push him for answers over COP26. And, at the same time, the SNP were forced to deny the Scottish Government were intentionally making the summit's logistics difficult.